Shameless. United in the Europa League. Europa League. We tell them one time and we say Europa League.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to United View. Welcome to another match preview. It is Europa League time. Probably should have had the Europa League intro there, but listen.
I did.
Oh.
Don't worry about that flex. Yeah. Oh yeah. me. Come on. It's playing.
Come on. It's there.
Yeah.
How could I even question that?
Yeah.
But big up to each and every single one of you. It is that time again. There are 3 Europa League games left. We sit 12th in the Europa League table. We need to finish in the top 8 to avoid the stupid playoff round because there's extra games. And we've got 3 games to do it, and there's 9 points to play for. We have 9 points as well. And you know what? This is, again, any game that's away in Europe is tricky. We haven't won any this year. We haven't won any in a year. You know, look at last year in the Champions League. We were shocking. Lost against Copenhagen, Galatasaray. Who else? There was another team, Bayern. So we lost all 3 away games last year.
Yeah.
This year, we've drawn against Porto, drawn against Fenerbahce, both from winning positions. Viktoria Plzen, yes, not as good as opposition as Fenerbahce and Porto, respectively. But away trips in Europe, hostile atmospheres, a team that's not confident and trying to find its way and running out of margin for error.
Yes. It's weird, actually, isn't it? But it's funny how much games can change things because, I mean, this goes a bit further into the stuff of the City game at the weekend. But, you know, after a couple of good results, we're feeling pretty good about ourselves again, aren't we? We're going, I tell you what, 4-0 against Everton, 3-2 against Bodo Glimt in the last Europa League game. Yeah, all right. Okay, Ruben's starting to get some stuff down. It's starting to look pretty good. And now we lost. Sporting director's gone. You know,
back-to-back losses as well.
No Christmas party. People are getting M&S vouchers instead of bonuses. Like suddenly, everything's quite heavy again, isn't it, with Manchester United? So we need a game, we need a result, and we need a win. And what is quite interesting actually with this new format to these European games, I kind of noticed it last night when I was watching the Champions League. Like it creeps up on you. Time, you know what I mean? Suddenly,
where you are,
suddenly you're out of time. And I noticed that I was watching Real Madrid last night play against Atalanta, and they were like, shit, we're going to go out. You know what I mean? Or we're going to be in big trouble. And I think because we're so used to just 4 team groups, and you know where you're at, and you go, okay, it's fine. And because you're in this big pack, you just go,
I'll be right.
And then it gets to like last 3 games, and you go, we've got to win all of them. Otherwise, that top 8 suddenly becomes quite exclusive, doesn't it?
But then if you win like Liverpool, they won 5 out of 5, so we're pretty much through even before that. So if you win, if you get any wins in early, you can mess about a bit and whatever. But if you mess about early and do like what we've done, Real Madrid, 24th and stuff, that's bottom. Or, wait, 24th? No, sorry, 24th is the one where the last one of where you actually get through. 9 to 24.
Exactly. And
so
again, that's kind of
can't be there for too long.
It creeps. It creeps up on you. And to be fair, we're saying all of this about Viktoria Plzen. They've got the exact same record as us in the Europa League this season. Like we're 12th. They are 13th. We have won our last 2 in the Europa League. We've drawn the rest. It's exactly what Viktoria Plzen have done. They have won their last 2. They have drawn the rest. They started with 3 draws, then 2 wins. So we're the same. And as is always the case sometimes with these, these are the sort of Europa League games you kind of think of, don't you? When you go away to Viktoria Plzen, you go early kickoff. It's gonna be cold, that kind of thing. You go
check,
you gotta go. That's gonna be it's gonna be a difficult game, and the mighty Manchester United. Oh, look how far we've fallen. We're worried about that, but yeah, exactly.
That's what we are. That is who we are, and that is what the Storm is bringing, and that is what. Ruben Amorim has told us to expect. And listen, it would be an absolute travesty if we don't go through to the Europa League. Travesty, like I know, like the players are bad. I know the players are bad, and there's a new coach and stuff like that. I'm sorry if we don't even. I mean, if we get in the 9 to 24, I'll be angry. But if we don't even get in that 24,
bloody hell,
shocking.
Like
sack all the players.
Season's over, really, isn't it?
100%.
In terms of like what you can achieve and what you can do.
Oh my God, bro!
It's done.
It would be a disaster.
Because this is, I mean, and this is how bad we've been this season. Yeah, this is so negative, but this is how bad we've been this season.
Yeah,
is we're like before it was like, well, Europa League, that's our only chance of getting into the Champions League. I've seen a lot of people sort of go now going, But if we go in the Champions League next season, we're just going to get bad. Like,
Yeah.
do you deserve to be there? You know, when
Yeah.
you're playing like you are. But until that's the case, look, you've got to keep trying to win. Go as far in the competition. You never know. As far as players that are going to be available, wow, it'll rotate. He's rotation Ruben, but how much he actually who comes in and who goes out, I suppose is a big question, Flex.
Yes, it is. Does Yoro get another start? You know, to build on his fitness, to build on what he's doing. Does Maguire come in for Delict? You know, Lissandro's been awful, but you know, do you drop him and play Mazraoui in there, or switch things around? There's
Bear in mind, there's a
options.
Manchester derby on Sunday.
There is a Manchester derby, so he will, of course, he will earmark that for who he wants to start in that. And no offense, because you know we don't have the right to really be like this, but you know Viktoria Plzen, again in terms of opposition, should be able to rotate. You should be able to. You should be able to bring some players in. You know, Mason Mount, does he get to start again? Rasmus has got start in the last game. Does he go with Xerxes up top this time? Rashford, what happens with him? Could be a third game in a row he doesn't start? That'll be something. I would say that. Garnacho not having the greatest of times right now. Do you get Bruno into them 10s? Make sure that happens. Ahmad, he's the saviour. We need him. Didn't start against Arsenal, played 45 minutes against them. Started against Forest, but we lost. I don't know.
One thing's for certain, these previews have become a lot harder under Ruben Amorim in
100%.
terms of the prediction, because you have no idea what team he's going to pick. And look, I saw Gary Neville criticise that at the weekend, which I thought was a bit much. You know, when he was sort of coming out saying, you know, I said, Eric, tonight you got to pick your best 11 and blah, blah, blah. I mean, he's kind of been quite clear why he feels like he's had to rotate. But I think he will pick whatever team he picks on Thursday will be with a view to what's going on Sunday. I mean, it has to be. So in terms of, you know, I tell you what will be interesting to see what happens with Malacia, because he might not start actually this game, because they might save him for the weekend, because he's saving him for Arsenal. We didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah,
and he might be like, we tell you what, we need that natural left sort of width. On the left, and it's just too important. So,
but also the importance of the game, though. Like you see, like people like Ugarte, like it's so important, like some physicality in there. You know, Bobby's still trying to get back to do. Does Casemiro get a game finally? Maybe he does.
Casemiro probably start. You were probably thinking this one.
But it's just so important. Like a draw. Honestly, I cannot stress. Like we have to win this game. Like, because Rangers at home. Listen, I know it's Rangers. They're not great. They're not great at all.
And they're not doing well this season at all as well.
But they're doing. But they're doing all right in the Europa League, though. They're doing all right in the Europa League. They got Spurs actually at home. Next, and in the Europa League, they're actually doing. They're above us. They're in the automatic spots as it stands. And with Spurs, how they are, you know, what it is the big nights in Europe. Rangers got a bit of history. They got, do you know what I mean? A bit of not history of winning those, but just like
it'd be much more concerned if you were going to Ibrox, wouldn't you? The fact they're coming to Old Trafford, we'd be like,
we should be all right, because they're not a good team. But mate, like I said, Bodo Glimt give us the game. FC Twente give us a game. Like we don't.
Victoria Pilsen, by the way, will give us a game. Like, you know what I mean? Like this won't. You never know. We might go there and be like, oh bloody hell, that was really good. But I think chances are in this one, if I had to give you a prediction, Flex, it'd probably be like, I don't know, 2-0, 2-1, maybe. I could see something like that. Sometimes they're like this, aren't they? These kind of games, you know, away in the Europa League. Was it Viktoria Pilsen was another team like Thomas Tuchel's last game at Chelsea? Was that Viktoria Pilsen? I forget.
Did they beat him? Is it
Thomas Tuchel last Chelsea game? Dynamo Zagreb, excuse me.
Oh, Zagreb.
But they but you know what I mean? Those kind of go away, I tell you what, it's gonna be cold atmosphere. You know,
mate.
You go into kind of sort of Eastern Europe kind of place to go. They're tough European away games. No one likes them. Yeah, no one likes going to those kind of European away games. And we've questioned the bottle and the mentality of these United players. And this is the kind of game where they get tested. So I don't know.
Predictions. Let's lock them in. I'm gonna go. I think we concede. I'm sorry. I'm to keep going with the same close 2-1 thing. I don't know. I just think we'll concede. I just think we got it in us. I'm going to go 2-1 United. Not easy.
I agree. I'm going to go with a 2-1. I think Marcus Rashford scores. Marcus Rashford will score.
Yeah. When there's emphasis on like he must leave, something happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, right. Rashford scores. There you go. Lock in your predictions. Let us know what you think. I dare you to try and predict the team. I dare you to try and predict the team.
Yeah, literally.
We don't do that anymore. But yes, we'll be locked in tomorrow, of course, 5:45 kickoff, nice and early, Europa League settings. Myself and KG will be down at the studio for sure, definitely. Lock in, and we'll see you then. Take care, peeps. We're out of here. Peace.